The National League playoff picture is set. I'll give you a preview of the sudden death wildcard game and the rest of the National League playoff picture. Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Red Sox and Major League Baseball. So the National League playoff teams are finally all set, and it'll all kick off on Friday with the single elimination sudden death first time ever wildcard game as St. Louis will be at Atlanta. And it's kind of ironic that these two teams are meeting in the first ever wildcard game, considering that last year the Braves had a big lead in the wildcard and ended up blowing the entire lead to the Cardinals, who then went on to steamroll through the National League playoffs and beat Texas in the World Series. So it's particularly interesting that the Braves and Cardinals match up in this game. The Braves will have a chance to get full redemption finally if they win this game. And if they do, they will then go on and face their division rival, the Washington Nationals, the #1 seed in the National League. The other series will be the Cincinnati Reds and the San Francisco Giants, and kind of a weird thing that's happening this year because of travel considerations. The home team, or the teams with the better record in these games, in the 5-game series, once they start, will be on the road for the first 2 games and will have the last 3 at home, which I am not a big fan of this format. I think you don't worry about travel. I think if you end up with a better record, you should have the first 2 games and the last game at home in a 5-game series. But baseball's going to try to do this for 1 year to settle the travel situation, and it will be back to the regular 2-2-1 next year. But as you look at the Cardinals and Braves, it's an evenly matched game. It's going to be Chris Medlin, 10-1, 157 ERA, minuscule. He'll pitch for the Braves against Kyle Lohse of the Cardinals, who has a record of 16-3 and 2.86 ERA. It should be an outstanding matchup. It'll be interesting to see if the Braves can pull through in this one and move on to the series against Washington and really get themselves into the full swing of the playoffs, something that they failed at last year by blowing that big lead. But the National League playoffs should be interesting. The Reds and Giants is an outstanding matchup in the other series, in the division series. And we'll see who the Nationals end up playing, whether it's the Braves or the defending world champion Cardinals. So for you guys out there, your thoughts on the National League playoff picture as it sets up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.